Hello everyone, my name is Alaa Khaddaj. Today I'll be talking to you about coal. More specifically, I'll be tackling the following topics: the origin of coal, its characteristics, and its usages. So, shall we start? Coal is a sedimentary rock. It has a hard, black, rock-like structure. Coal was created from remnants of plants that lived millions of years ago. Its main components are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. Since its formation takes such amounts of time, it is considered a non-renewable energy source. Next, we'll discuss briefly the history of coal. Before going into details about each of the stages, we will present briefly the history. Coal formation started somewhere around 400 million years ago. Back then, the large plant swamps died and were buried under water and dirt. With time, multiple layers of sediments and dead animals and dirt covered these dead plants. As a result, heat and pressure increased with time, and nowadays, as a result, we have coal. At first step, where swamps and waterlogged environments were present, plant debris accumulated. In such places, because of the high density of plant debris, the accumulation rate exceeded the bacterial decay rate. As time passed, the accumulated partially decayed plants transformed into peat. However, this step is not enough. Actually, for peat to continue its transformation into coal, it must be buried by sediments. Roughly speaking, each 1 meter of original peat material will produce only 10 centimeters of coal. The following step taking place is bituminization. During this step, the peat that was produced previously is buried under thousands of feet of sediments. This thick layer of sediments provides an insulating layer which prevents natural heat from escaping to the surface, hence providing necessary temperature conditions required for the process, which is about 100 degrees Celsius. Furthermore, many chemical reactions take place. As a result, some elements such as oxygen, hydrogen, and sulfur are extracted from the peat and the percentage of carbon rises. And then finally, after millions of years, we finally get anthracite coal, the highest grade coal in the US. One particular aspect of coal is that its quality gets better with time. One important characteristic point is the FCVM ratio, which is known as the fuel ratio. We see that as time increases from bottom to top, FC increases while VM decreases, and hence the fuel ratio increases. Next, we will explore each type of coal in order of increasing rank, along with some of their characteristics. The first class of coal, and lowest ranking, is lignite. Such type of coal was not subject to the required temperature and pressure to further develop. As a result, it has the lowest energy content. Morphologically, lignite has a moisture-rich content and is crumbly. It contains 25 to 35% of carbon. It is mainly found in western US and accounts for 8% of the US coal production. The next class of coal is subbituminous. Subbituminous coal has a higher heating value and is composed of 35 to 45% of carbon. Subbituminous coal is generally found in western US and is used in central Illinois coal-burning plants. It accounts for roughly 40% of the US coal production. The next class is the bituminous coal and has 2 to 3 times the heating value of lignite. It is composed of somewhere between 45 to 86% of coal. This coal type is the most abundant in the US and accounts for half the coal production. Because of its high sulfur content, it is the lowest grade US coal. Finally, we have anthracite, the highest coal grade in the US. Anthracite contains 86 to 97% of carbon and a low amount of sulfur, and hence it is a cleaner burning coal. It has a slightly higher heating value than bituminous coal, and anthracite is generally rare in the US, only 2% of the overall production. The only mines of such coal in the US are found in northeastern Pennsylvania. Historically, only two periods of geological history presented the right conditions for the development of coal. The first is the Pennsylvanian Era, sometimes around 300 million years ago. It took place in what corresponds today to eastern and western US. During that time, that place was covered by a large swamp. Today, we can find there low-grade bituminous coal. The second such era is the Paleocene epoch that took place 60 million years ago. This event took place in what corresponds today to Montana and Wyoming. During that time, these places were covered by a large freshwater bog. Today we can find there high-grade subbituminous and lignite coal. Nowadays, looking at the modern day production, we see that coal is mainly used for electricity generation, steel manufacturing, heating, and many other tasks. Globally, the highest producer is the region of South Asia and the Pacific, followed by North America and then Europe and Russia. Lastly, in Africa and the Middle East, and South and Central America. So, to recap, coal is a non-renewable organic energy source. It was formed millions of years ago, and coal classified in 4 categories depending on the development and hence the heating value. These categories are lignite, subbituminous, bituminous, and anthracite. Coal is mainly used for electricity generation, and the highest producers are Eastern Asia and North America. Thank you for your time.